What's going on there, YouTube, and welcome to Fresh Comic Stories. Guys, this is the channel where we basically sit down and cover different kinds of comic book stories. And guys, today we are going to finally wrap up the Night of Owls event. Now, for the past couple weeks, we have been covering different stories of the Night of Owls events. A bunch of different tie-ins like Nightwing, Red Hood, and Batgirl. But guys, today we are going to wrap up the Night of Owls event in this video. And so I do hope you enjoyed this video, and if you do, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. But guys, this is the end of the Night of Owls event. I do hope you enjoy this video. So we pick up where our very first video left off at when it came to the whole Night of Owls event. Just to give a quick rundown on what happened so far in the overall story, the Court of Owls basically made their move after Batman had broken out of their maze, because they felt like it was time for them to make their move to take back Gotham, because they did not like the idea on how the city was going. And so they sent out a wave of their Talons to attack 40 different people who were changing Gotham to be a better city. Of course, one of those people was Bruce Wayne. And of course, he was able to defend himself and have Alfred sent out a call to the Bat family to help protect the rest of the people that are on the list. But Bruce Wayne changed into his Batman outfit, and with him trying to save his new friend Lincoln March from one of the Talons. But when he got there, his friend was already dead. But right after his friend died, Lincoln March handed Batman the possible location of the home of the Court of Owls. And so you have Batman go to this really popular hotel that is owned by the Powers family. Now, the husband and the wife of this family is of course part of the Court of Owls. But when the wife comes back to the penthouse, she sees the place has been destroyed by someone. And of course, that someone is Batman. Now you have Batman do his usual fear tactic to kind of scare the wife, because Batman is looking for her husband, because her husband can lead Batman to the rest of the Court of Owls. Of course it does work, because as soon as Batman leaves her in the penthouse, she calls her husband up, and Batman was able to use that phone call as a way to locate her husband in the rest of the Court of Owls. Now, when Alfred is trying to track down where the call is coming from, when the location finally pops up, it is a location that Batman knows very well, because it is the location where Batman has been before when he was a child. Back in our earlier video of the New 52 Batman, Batman explained that after his parents' death, he thought it had something to do with the Court of Owls, because there were all these signs of the court all over the place in Wayne Manor. But when Bruce Wayne tried to do his own detective work when he was a kid, it led him into this abandoned mansion that was empty. And so Bruce Wayne stopped trying to look around Gotham for the Court of Owls as a kid, because, well, there was nothing there in this abandoned mansion. But when Alfred traced the call, it leads right into the same abandoned mansion that Bruce Wayne looked into all those years ago. And so Batman breaks into the abandoned mansion, and when he arrives, he comes to find out the Court of Owls have killed themselves. They basically had poison in their drinks, which led to their deaths. It was a kind of killing themselves off so Batman could not technically win, but also so that they would not have to be put on trial for all their crimes they have committed. But then we jump over to Bruce Wayne right now chilling at the Wayne Manor, but thinking about everything that had happened over the last night with the Court of Owls. Now, this does seem like this is the end of the story and it's all being wrapped up. because Batman is thinking about everything, but you have Alfred kind of like trying to get Batman out of his bat suit and get some rest because he is exhausted from fighting against the Court of Owls. That is when Batman remembers something. He looks at his parents' portrait and something about the whole Court of Owls just clicked in his mind. Batman sneaks into the morgue and opens up a certain drawer, only to find a note reading, "Follow me down the rabbit hole." He then travels to Willowwood Home for Children. This was once the place where children suffering from mental illness and neurological disorders received treatments, but it was closed down because all those children were being mistreated. As he walks down the hallway, Batman is suddenly captured in a net. The man who Batman once thought was Lincoln March is now standing over him, demanding to be told who he is. And Batman responds that Lincoln March at least does not exist. He is merely a paperman set up by the Court of Owls. This man is a traitor and a thief. He betrayed the court. Just as they were falling apart, he took their money, he then poisoned them. He was the one who killed the Court of Owls. He even faked his own death by putting his name on the list of people to be killed. But he took the serum that makes someone a Talon, meaning that after he was killed, the serum brought him back to life once again, because he is now a Talon but more improved. And then Batman tells us that the people we saw dead in that room earlier is just a small group of the Court of Owls. There are more members, and sooner or later they will come back after Lincoln March. Now, Lincoln March does not care about what he did to the Court of Owls. He wants to know more about who he is, like what is his biggest secret. And Batman tells us that the whole story that Lincoln March told Batman in our earlier video was somewhat a lie. His parents died, but not in a car accident. Someone killed them. Then Lincoln March finishes the story by telling us that he was an inmate here at Willowwood Home for Children, but he was brought here to be a secret from the world. Lincoln March tells us and Batman that he is the brother of Batman, that Thomas and Martha Wayne had a second child. The problem was the Waynes got in an accident and Lincoln was born early, and he stayed here at Willowwood Home for Children when it was a top-notch hospital. But when the Waynes died, most of the funding disappeared, and so it turned into a crap place, and Lincoln started to be mistreated here. Of course, that is when the Court of Owls stepped in to take care of Lincoln. But this man believes he is the son of Thomas and Martha Wayne, but they kept him a secret from the world and Bruce as well. And now his last mission he has in life is to finish off the person he blames for the death of Thomas and Martha Wayne, which is Batman himself. Now, the final chapter of this story, it is just basically Batman fighting against Lincoln March. And this is DC giving us a battle between the two people who are supposedly brothers. And this fight does last for a few pages of the final chapter. But what is important in this fight is that Batman is trying to help Lincoln realize that there is no way he is the second son of Thomas and Martha Wayne, but he wants to keep believing in the idea he is the long lost brother. But after a few more pages of Batman and Lincoln March fighting against one another, the fight is wrapped up with the whole building being blown up, but with Lincoln March trapped inside, and Batman was able to get out of the building before it fell on top of him. And to wrap up this story, we pick up with Bruce Wayne trying to recover in Wayne Manor, but he is greeted by Dick Grayson. Now at this point in DC Comics, Dick Grayson and Bruce Wayne are kind of at odds mainly because Batman kept the secret about the Court of Owls, how Dick Grayson was supposed to be a Talon as well. But you have Dick Grayson ask the question, are you sure you do not have a brother out there, and what's going to happen to the rest of the Court of Owls? And you have Batman tell Dick Grayson that the Court of Owls are falling apart. They are running out of money and resources, and sooner or later, Batman will win. The Talons are locked up in Blackgate's newest facility. But then you have Bruce Wayne finally answer Dick Grayson's question about the chance of Bruce Wayne having a brother. And Bruce says that there was only one night where he had a brother. One single night. But the baby died after that one night, and that was it. But there are records of a John Doe baby that was sent to Willowwood Home for Children, and Martha Wayne visited there a bunch of times. But without DNA, there is no way to know truthfully if Lincoln March is the brother of Bruce Wayne. And guys, that wraps up the Court of Owls event right there. Now guys, we are going to move forward to the Death of a Family event, cover that storyline and all the tie-ins to that storyline right there as well. But guys, if you did enjoy today's video, matter of fact, if you did enjoy me covering all these crazy stories for the Court of Owls, please hit that like button down below and also subscribe for more comic book stories in the near future. Also, any suggestions on books I should read, well, let me know in the comments below, because you never know, your suggestion could be a future video down the road. But guys, I'm out of here, and I'll see y'all the next comic book video. Later, guys.